Welcome back to Pros Pondering Paint. I'm Brandon, and today we're going to tackle the big question. How do I choose the right paint color for my house? Whether you're a homeowner who's trying to make the right choice or a contractor who's simply trying to streamline the process, this episode is for you. Toward the end of it, I'm going to share with you a big secret of how I get the right paint color every single time for my projects. So stay tuned. Let's start with the homeowner side. Choosing a paint color can often feel overwhelming. You see a color in the store, it looks good, you bring it home, and suddenly it has completely changed and it no longer works. How do you pick the right one? Well, here's some thoughts that we want to keep in mind. The first one is that lighting changes everything. Natural and artificial light affect how a color looks. Morning light, evening light, and even different bulbs all play a role in how the final color appears. Another thought is that undertones can surprise you. A gray might look perfect in the store, but end up looking blue or purple in your house. Make sure that you always compare samples next to your flooring, your furniture, and your trim. Third is we want to think about the mood of the room. Blues and greens create a calming effect, while warmer tones like beige or grayish adds coziness. Do you want a bold statement? Well, deep colors like a navy blue or a charcoal can really add some drama. And your paint sheen matters too. Flats tend to hide imperfections, but they're not as washable. Mattes, eggshells, and even satins are recommended for walls, while a satin or semi-gloss is better for doors and trim. So how can I narrow down and pick the right color? Thankfully, many paint companies help us out there. We can go and buy a 1-pint container of that sample color. So you buy all this stuff, then what do? Well, now it's time to test them on the walls. How do we do this? Let's take a moment and we're going to talk about how to test the colors the right way. Now, most homeowners make the mistake of brushing a sample directly onto the wall with the absolute cheapest brush known to mankind. I'm going to speak for a lot of painters when I say that really grinds me. And here's why. First of all, it creates a mess. Cheap brushes leave weird strokes. It gives you very uneven coverage, which doesn't show the color accurately. Also, these streaks later need to either be sanded or skimmed out. So do this instead. Next time, just spend a couple dollars and buy one of those little itty-bitty paint rollers. This will not only apply the paint evenly, but it's going to more closely mimic the texture that you're going to have on your walls once you do the real full painting. Another problem with doing those sample patches is that you can't move them around. Once it's on the wall, we see that it's stuck in that spot. You won't be able to see how it looks in different lighting or against other surfaces. So what people do to combat that is they go around and they simply make a mess on multiple walls throughout their house, possibly dripping and splattering paint in all those locations. Another reason why doing paint samples like that is a bad idea is because it can affect your final coat. If we don't feather these edges properly, those sample spots could still show through after our final coats of paint. To prevent this, it requires that it either gets sanded or skimmed down. This is going to add both cost and time to your project. So, do you want a better method? Try this instead. Grab a large piece of cardboard or poster board and roll on a section of your sample color. Why is this better? Well, I can think of 3 things just right off the top of my head. Number 1 is that you can paint all that stuff in the garage. And what that does is that it helps keep the mess in a confined location. That makes cleanup way easier. Number 2, a large piece of cardboard or poster board can very easily get cut down into smaller pieces. Number 3 is it's more portable. You can easily move these pieces around from room to room, and you can tape these samples onto the wall. This allows you to see the color in different lighting, next to different elements in your home, and from different angles, all without making a mess. Now, if you're a homeowner, what I need you to do is cover your ears, because this next part is for pros only. As a contractor, helping a homeowner pick the right color can potentially be a time-consuming headache, especially if color matching isn't one of your strengths. But there are ways that we're able to make the process easier, all while keeping things more professional. Here's our first tip. And that's to make sure that we ask the right questions. What type of look are they going for? Do they want it to be modern? Do they want it to be neutral? Do they want a more classic look? Or maybe something bold? Other questions is, why are they painting? Are they trying to sell? Or are they merely wanting to personalize the space for themselves? Knowing the answers to these questions will not only help us to narrow down the colors that we're going to use, but also help us to determine the quality of paint. A second way is to have a go-to color list. We want to make sure that we have a short list of tried and true colors from your favorite paint store. I know for myself personally, a couple times a year I will go to my local Sherwin-Williams and I'll ask them, what was the most popular colors these last 6 months? I then make sure I take enough samples, and this helps to keep my selection fresh and up to date. Another thing that we want to do is make sure that we educate our client on lighting. Homeowners don't often realize just how much light affects color. For instance, when you went to the paint store, that color looked absolutely perfect under those fluorescent lights. Then you get them home and it looks nothing like you thought. Also, with the light bulbs in people's homes, some people prefer warmer colors, while other people tend to go a little cooler. Make sure that you walk them through these basics so that they don't second guess their choices later. Another tool that we have at our disposal is to make sure that we can fully utilize technology. Companies like Sherwin-Williams and Benjamin Moore, they let you take a picture of a space, upload it, and then you can show the homeowner what their colors look like digitally before they ever need to commit. The downside of this is it can potentially be very time consuming for you, especially if you get someone who has difficulties making up their mind. And this leads me to my big secret, and it's a good one. Team up and offer a color consultation with a professional designer. How would this help everybody? Well, first of all, it helps you, because then you're no longer spending those couple of hours of time where you are driving back and forth trying to help the homeowner choose the color that's best for them. You're also not investing your time taking a bunch of pictures, then having to digitally upload them and spend some time on your computer giving them a digital rendering of what things might look like. In addition to that, offering that color consultation does 3 key things for you. Number 1, as you probably already figured out from what I just said, is time is money. You're not going back and forth talking and redoing things with indecisive clients. 2 is it adds a level of professionalism. Homeowners see this as a white glove, high-end service. It makes your company look more polished and organized. And number 3, it gets the client more comfortable. It gives them an opportunity to have some one-on-one time with the professional where they can talk things out with them. I've personally found that by the time we start the job, the homeowner is already mentally committed, and it also adds an extra level of anticipation. This makes our arrival way more exciting to them. Now, as a side note, I wanted to mention that some paint stores offer either an in-home or online consultations with a designer to be able to help homeowners. This could be free, or it might be a small fee attached to this. Offering this service not only removes that burden from you, but it also helps to reassure the client that they're making the right decision. Now, we all know that choosing the right paint color can be stressful, but if we keep these tips in mind, we'll all be able to sit back and enjoy the space. Now, if you're wondering what paint brand is best, why not check out my next video? And in it, we compare the pros and cons of 3 big paint companies, that being Sherwin-Williams, Benjamin Moore, and Behr. Let's discuss together which one is best. That's it for today's episode. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also, if you have another question you want me to cover, let us know in the comments section. We'll see you next time.